Hello, viewers, once again, and welcome back to episode 9 of The Social Point. I'm Aden.
I'm Neerav.
And I'm Linus. And today we're going to be flashing back to the old days before the pandemic and remembering highlights of traveling. So, what do you guys enjoy and recall the most about traveling and being a tourist in a foreign country?
So, Neerav, do you want to go first?
Yeah, sure. I really just miss traveling and all that stuff in general, like seeing new places and stuff. There are places that I've been discovering, like sorry. There are places that I've been discovering for the first time in Hong Kong itself because I've been deprived of like traveling, but I really like miss being able to just meet new people, try new foods and stuff. Yeah.
Hmm. Well, as far as traveling is concerned, I definitely miss it because my family has always been one that conventionally does like annual traveling, not necessarily annual, but every so often. So it's all be going to some pretty cool places, and I definitely miss those days. Since we're now in the pandemic, that isn't really an option. Maybe it will slowly start to pick up again with vaccinations going on around the world, but then I think it's still a matter of a decent bit of time before we expect to resume to normalcy, though. What kind of places do you guys like the most?
Oh, I really enjoy traveling to Southeast Asia, mainly because I like the weather there. I really enjoy the food, and I feel like there's a lot of culture there that to be explored, and it's also like relatively close to Hong Kong. So I feel like a lot of people here really do enjoy traveling to Southeast Asia.
Because as far as like for us here in Hong Kong, like, what's the first popular travel destination that you think of? Japan. Okay, maybe not
Honestly,
Japan, but
I think the UK nowadays.
yeah, fair enough because of all that political stuff that's been going on lately. But I think Japan, South Korea, Thailand are definitely the first two that come to mind as far as Southeast Asia is. Well, not Southeast Asia, but like in Asia as a whole is concerned. At least that's what I know of a lot of friends. I know some people they absolutely love going to South Korea in the Christmas for like skiing and stuff. Personally, I've never been, but I think it's an interesting place to explore. Although I've never been there, so I'd be willing to have a try.
Yeah, and like for me, I think yeah, what was the question again?
What kind of places would you like to travel to?
Right. For me, like after COVID, let's say, I'd love to travel back to India and America because like in America the people are all so kind. There's just like this whole new place and stuff. Everything feels different. There's a lot there that I want to like check out. And as for India, like I've got so many family, and of course cricket is there
Of
and
course.
stuff. Yeah, so India and US.
Like personally, I've traveled to a decent bit of countries, so I am one that has like I consider myself to have a big variety as far as that's concerned. Like one of my favorite places. It's really hard for me to pick, but I have to say Egypt was actually rather interesting because you always see on the TV these crazy tourist news about Egypt. You get to see the pyramids, all the pharaoh museums, and all that wonders, right? Like I think those, and being able to see them in first hand is even more better for me. But then, maybe it's just me. I don't know about you guys. Is it just me?
Yeah, I have never been to like Africa before, but it's definitely like on my bucket list. I really want to go to like just anywhere in Africa. I feel like there's a lot to be explored, and there's like a lot of culture and food, and I'm sure like because I really enjoy like nature. I'm sure there's like a lot of natural stuff to wonders to explore in Africa.
Oh yeah, it's a real shame that Africa is plagued by conflict as a result of like colonization in the old times and like just wars happening now. So it's a real shame to see such a beautiful kind of a continent descend into such a mess. Because because recently I've actually been watching this travel vlog by a Slovakian YouTuber who spent like a few months in Africa, and he had some very interesting insights because he isn't like the generic tourist own, you fly from a plane from place to place. He actually took local transport and tried to live the local life, which is in itself kind of risky, but then it was a very, very interesting experience. And the travel series, in my eyes, was very cool as well. Because the thing about Africa is people like to underestimate the nation because they think it's the land of the poor. To an extent, sure, because a lot of people live in poverty there. But on one hand, if you go to places like Egypt, South Africa, or something like that, sometimes being rich isn't always the best story. Because you see what the amount of little stuff they have, and they already have this sense of happiness and unity within their own culture and traditions. It's already mind-boggling in itself. And wait, have any of you guys tried like staycations here in Hong Kong then because of the pandemic and stuff?
I mean, I've gone on staycations before COVID, and recently with COVID too. Like, yeah, there are few friends that I know have booked like hotels room and stuff just to get out of the house for a bit. But rather than staycation, I've done a lot more, I guess, sleepovers
Ah,
instead.
sleepovers. Yeah,
Yeah.
to be honest, I haven't done a sleepover with friends in I don't even know how long it's been, which really says a lot. Yeah, I basically almost never do it. So, but usually I usually spend a day hanging out with friends instead, and that
I don't
honestly
know.
is enough
For
for me.
for me, I haven't really like been on staycation because mainly I can't get in the mood because like you know like when you go on vacation you have like you're in a mood like you're excited and like and like you're ready to like explore and like have fun. I don't know. I just can't get in that mood when I'm in Hong Kong because I feel like I've already seen most of what it is to see in Hong Kong, and I've done everything that I want to do right now, and it's getting a bit boring. I really miss like being able to actually go somewhere else and see something new.
Oh yeah, because I mean for some people just being able to get out of the house in general is better. It's for them it's better than nothing. And maybe it's not so bad after all because I mean let's face it, who doesn't like food other than some people. Of course, some people are not keen food lovers like I would be. But then I think there's a lot of the diversity as far as food goes, not just in Hong Kong, but in their world in general. Is there what favorites do you guys have?
Um,
Um,
I love Thai cuisine. Yeah,
Like what about it?
like all the curries and stuff. Like there's this one place near my house called Sun Thai that I used to go to a lot. It's absolutely amazing. Like just all the food over there. I miss it a lot.
Oh damn.
I don't remember the
Interesting.
names and all, but yeah, I love
Yeah, I
like
get what you mean. Thai cuisine is very interesting in as far as its flavor profile goes. Like a lot of not just Southeast Asia. Actually, a lot of Asia in general has some quite interesting cuisines. I know India and Pakistan have their own interests. I mean, Japan, obviously, Vietnam, Thailand, and of course, can't forget Chinese cuisine just because it's so vast.
I I actually really enjoy Chinese cuisines, especially Guangdong. Guangdong cuisine, um I feel
Well,
like
yeah,
it's got a
because
really it's
we're
got
used to it here in Hong Kong, so.
yeah. No, I like even like after I've tried like like different fruits from all over the world, I feel like um because in like Guangdong cuisine, like the freshness and the richness of the food is really important, and especially when it comes to things like seafood or vegetables,
Oh yes.
um, I feel like the way they cook it really brings out like all the flavors in every ingredient.
I see. One thing, like, if we're looking outside of Asia, though, what would you guys like? Because for someone like me, like honestly, I don't really have a favorite in mind because I've tried so many different stuff. But I think I think Italian, Spanish,
I really love that.
and I'd say Greek. Like these three are definitely highlights as far as Europe goes.
Yeah, outside of Asia, I think my favorite cuisines would be like American or Italian, as you said. Like those two. Honestly, I love all food. I'm just not a chef myself, so I don't know how to cook. But in general, just like eating, it's the taste, the flavor, all of it. I love it.
Oh yeah, one thing I like about Italian cuisine is the emphasis on the technique because like something like a risotto, like Italian rice, They look easy, but at the same time, it's time consuming. Just for the rice alone can be up to 30 minutes just to cook. And this is for like one portion, mind you. Like one person proportion. So it is time consuming and there's technique involved and stuff, but I like cooking, so I guess it's not that bad once you get used to it. But I think for Spanish cuisine, they have some really nice seafood. That's for sure. Especially if you when you go to like cities like Barcelona, Malaga that are literally on the coast, you get access to so much. And then of course everyone thinks of Japanese when they come to Asia. But then I feel people also need to remember there's a lot more than just Japanese food when it comes to Asian cuisine.
Yeah, Asian cuisine isn't just sushi and Chinese takeout. There's a lot more.
Chinese takeout. Uh, honestly, isn't that more of a
Chinese takeout isn't Chinese.
Americanized,
I'll say that.
like what,
Chinese
orange
takeout is.
chicken?
I've tried it once before. It's not Chinese food. It's
Oh, okay.
not. It really isn't.
What's it called? What's
Chinese
that
food
thing
doesn't
in the
taste
U.S. called Panda Express or something?
Yeah. No,
Oh.
I didn't try Panda Express, but I tried like this Chinese takeout place in London once. It tastes like nothing like Chinese food. It doesn't taste any. It's everything is so sweet. It doesn't taste right.
I'd say for these ones actually. Like if you go to like some places or Chinatowns, or if you go visit restaurants that are like actually making traditional Chinese food or opened by actually by the Chinese people, like of course they're going to be tuned to their own recipes. So I'd have a better expectation that they can make something good. And honestly, that's I wouldn't say it's wrong because with the Chinatowns that I visited, even in Canada, they can make some good Chinese food. And honestly, it really wasn't terrible, at least for and see and keep mind you, this was in a smallish city, so I wouldn't call it like a random town in the middle of nowhere in Ontario. It's not like Toronto, for example. But then, how do you like since COVID pandemic has limited traveling? How does it make everyone feel?
Extremely bored. I'm just dead inside. I can't. No, I can't do this. I'm slowly going insane every day I stay here.
I used, I used to feel the same, but like after I realized the fact that I'm not gonna be able to get out of Hong Kong for a while, I started like, okay, I have to do something here. So I've managed to be able to, as I said in a few podcasts, a few times, I think. I'm not too sure if I mentioned this, but like I've been able to like improve the amount of friendships I have and improve the friendships I already had during this time period. So though I miss the traveling, I also do love Hong Kong much more now.
So that's nice. Yeah, the attitude of admiration of what you have and already within the city, even though it may not be the most fascinating thing in the world, but there's that sense of appreciation there. Like, I mean, for me, of course, I definitely will look forward to traveling again, and of course, now with the travel and aviation industry being absolutely wrecked by since there's the lack of tourists, so many people are losing a job. So honestly, I feel bad for these people, especially like the ones working in the aviation realm, since the traffic has decreased, decreased at a crazy amount. So it's really sad to see. But then I guess at times like these, it's good that we can, like even stuff like staycations. Maybe not that, but just even supporting local businesses just to help them and contribute to the local economy. I see that as a good thing. Anything
And
else you guys
remember,
want to say?
if you really if you want to travel again and really like bring these industries back to life, get the vaccine,
Ah, yes.
please.
Get the vaccine, boys.
Please get the vaccine.
Are you guys
We
vaccinated
really
already?
need you to get the vaccine because I want to travel. Everyone wants to travel, but if we don't get the vaccine, these countries are not gonna open the borders to us.
Have you guys gotten vaccinated or?
I've got my second dose already.
Not yet.
Ah,
Not yet.
I see. Yeah, I got my second
My
dose.
brother got his first dose, but I haven't. None of my family.
I see. My second dose was on Sunday, and I feel perfectly fine. So,
Yeah, I feel fine as well.
yeah,
Just
that's
get the
good.
vaccine.
And I guess that's about it. That's about it for today's episode. Then. So, any last words?
Goodbye.
All right
All
then.
right.
Adios.
Sounds good to
See ya.
me. Well, thank you guys for listening to episode 9 of the podcast, and we'll see you guys next time. Goodbye.